Well, we are back here at the Wētā booth at Comic-Con. We're with Jules. Jules, thank you so much for taking the time.
Of course, man. It's
so
always
good to see you.
Always a pleasure and an honor.
Yeah, man. So we've got a lot of pieces. I only made Richard really talk about one.
All right.
I'm going to make you talk about a bunch of them.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Let's talk about Lord of the Rings environments.
Okay.
These are some really cool pieces. They feel like kind of like the miniatures you guys use in the films a little bit.
Yeah.
So a couple of the newest ones. We got Edoras here. We got Cirith Ungol. Which one should we tackle first?
Let's do Cirith Ungol.
Okay.
This one's one of my favorites. I'm really, really happy we got to make it. Leonard, our model guy, he'd wanted to build this for the longest time, and we'd never actually done it before, which seemed really strange to some of us. And so we finally decided that we're going to do it. It's such it doesn't get a huge amount of screen time, but it's such an integral part to the story, right? So many, there's a couple of really important things that happen there. And it was one of Leonard's dream projects, and we finally, found ourselves in a situation where we could do it. And it was just Leonard. Leonard, just do this. It's yours. It's your project. He was super happy.
Yeah.
And then he started building it, and he started sort of getting more and more, as the complexity of the build he became more and more aware of how complex this was. There was sort of ebbs and flows of his moods of oh my God, what have I bitten off? But he got there, and I just think it's really, really, really great. I just think I love it,
Yeah. Now, one of the things I love is, we talked about this with the Grey Havens when I was down there in New Zealand. We talked about referencing the bigature for that.
Yeah.
The extent that you guys go to with your pieces to make it match what we see on screen.
Oh, man, we go
amazing.
Every possible thing we can do to go back to the film, we will. With this one, Leonard, myself, got to go into the... we actually got to go and look at the bigature, and we scanned it. We did 3D scans, we did measurements. We couldn't get the whole thing. The bigature's huge, you know, but we got the general shape and the how do I put this? The architecture, the frame of the tower. We managed to get that kind of more or less in 3D, and then just old school measuring, hundreds of photos. And then Leonard just shrinks it down. Yeah. This one really is the Leonard show. Usually, it's always an army of people to make any of these. Yeah. But this one's pretty much all Leonard, It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I really love it,
And then I know Leonard's, one of his favorites, the Hobbit holes. Yep. He does a lot with the Hobbit holes. Absolutely love those. I know we've got the Christmas and Halloween ones over there. I love the seasonal ones. They're so fun. I tell people in my comments, call me out if I haven't swapped it out for the appropriate season in the background.
Do you remember to get called out often?
Sometimes I forget to swap it out. I think I've got the summer one, a regular summer looking one out right now. But,
awesome.
And then Edoras,
home
of the Horse Lords, thing.
Oh man, we were so happy to do it. We did a Golden Hall a long, long time ago. Yeah. And we really wanted to revisit it because technology's moved on. We just got more toys now, and we can do more detail, and we've kind of got better at what we do because we've had a long time to practice since we did the first Golden Hall. But then we felt like we couldn't just do the Golden Hall. We wanted to do more, and Rohan is so cool, we really wanted to do it. So this was a real team effort. Charlotte Key was the main sculptor, and that's really cool because she worked on the trilogy, so the same artist, so there's a direct tie back. Sean Bolton did the terrain. He was also worked on the trilogy, so it's super old school people working on this. And then a lot of digital. This was the terrain was done in clay by Sean traditionally. The buildings were all digital, mostly by Charlotte. The Leonard's team came in and did model making towards the end. And then this one, they've all got challenges. And this one we wanted to put the corral in where the horses are because we felt we couldn't do anything Rohan without with a nod to the horses. But we had to shrink it a lot. It's way bigger on screen. So this one compositionally was quite tricky because we wanted to show a decent enough amount of it, but we had to cheat it just to sort of make it fit into an oval for a collectible. So we hope we got it right, because it's always nerve-wracking to change, to deviate from what we saw on screen. Right. Always feels like, oh, should we do it? Yeah. But sometimes we just have to. So I hope we did all right there. And then we had a golden hall just on its own for like a more accessible option for people, or if people just wanted a slightly updated golden hall.
Yeah.
So
that's fantastic.
Hopefully that makes people happy too.
Yeah. And I love that, you got the bell tower there. We see that in the films. It was one of the first things I noticed in the War of the Rohirrim trailer was when they had Medusa in it. I was like, oh yeah, there's the bell tower. That's where that's supposed to be.
It's iconic, I think so much of the trilogy is visually iconic, but I think Edoras and the whole Rohan thing, I think especially talks to people. Like it really seemed to get into people. Like it's just so loved.
Yes. Just the people, the culture. I love everything about it. Also, quick nod to Lore Olympus, which is from New Zealand.
Yeah, it's another New Zealand artist. So of course we're proud to bring any Kiwi talent to the world.
And then you've got, this is a new announcement, the skull of Mumek.
Yeah, so this was Jamie Beswarwick has sculpted this entire range. He's legendary. So this was the new one. I'm always sort of drawn to the slightly darker things. So I thought the Balrog was my favorite. I think this is so just weird. I think this is my new favorite. I think it's great.
Oh yeah. I love I think the way it was described to me down there was, the idea that this could be what you'd see in a room in Saruman's tower.
Like a specimen or
like he's so it's knowing, like just studying these animals and stuff.
like they're artifacts of Middle Earth. So I know it's slightly strange, but we just feel like it's like an extension of what we saw on screen. All of these creatures, and then the idea for the skulls was floating around the workshop for like 20 years. Daniel Faulkner and Jamie Beswarwick have been wanting to do it for 20 years, because the original sculpts, the way the guys and girls made them, like the Uruk-hai or the orcs, they start with skulls. But they're all designed like they could be real biological animals. So a lot of this work had already happened. I'm like, we just got to just show people the skulls. And again, it's not, a lot of them weren't seen on screen, but we just think they're so beautiful in and of themselves. And they were directly part of the design process for so many of these creatures. Like the Mumek didn't come into existence of like, oh, well, just here it is. It starts with a skeleton. Like, that's how it happened. So in a way it is, it's not so much a nod to the films, but it's a nod to the work that was originally done.
And it's like, I mean, if nothing else, like, this is great Halloween decoration right here. Like, this is what you bring out at Halloween in your house. Well, let's circle around. Another quick shout out to the mini epics, because I absolutely adore the mini epics.
Oh man, they're really so cool. We've that's like the melting pot of IP. Like our range, we've got Kiss, Middle Earth, of course, Labyrinth, Stranger Things, Lara Croft, and they're super exploratory. It's super fun. Moldo and Jorgelina they own that space, and they just kick ass.
The style is, I just love the style. It's so fun. And then we've got obviously a bunch of characters here. Recently, I did the unboxing of Radagast and Roscabel. Super cool.
Your video of that made me want to buy that.
Oh,
obviously we worked on it. I always thought it was really cool. And then I was like, because I like you, I collect a lot of this stuff. And I didn't have that. And then I watched your video, and I'm like, man, I think I've got to get that.
Well, that's good. If it's working on you guys, I guess that's a pretty good, pretty good sign. Now, the one here that was a reveal for Comic-Con was the miniature Aragorn.
So this was sculpted by Brigitte Woost. Very much inspired by Return of the King, where he jumps off the ship with the army of the dead. We wanted we always want it to be archetypal, and like Aragorn's, he's the handsome guy, like he's the cool guy. So we wanted like a swarthy, handsome, sort of rugged Aragorn charging into battle. So we're pretty happy with him. And again, Brigitte's been around forever, so another super legacy sculptor.
And I'm sure these miniature statues have probably been pretty popular among fans, I would imagine.
They're doing really well for us at the moment. And again, with advancements in technology and people just getting better at their craft, we can get almost as much detail into this scale now as traditionally we could in 6 scale or larger. So it's a super it's a great sort of price point for people, and it's a great scale where we can't do everything we could do with some larger stuff, but there's still an awful lot we can do. You know? Yeah, it's cool.
And I will give a quick shout out to the Witch King statue here in his unseen world form. Because he was actually in the background of our Grey Havens video, and we intentionally put it back there. There were a few eagle-eyed collectors, so shout out to you if you noticed that.
Oh man, you guys and girls,
prior to its announcement, you guys were on it. They were like, I think I see the Witch King.
It never ceases to blow me away how much you guys catch. It's unreal, man. And good.
Yeah, no, that's great. We obviously have a big range of 1/6 scale that we've seen. They've been out for a bit.
Very intentionally, we're supposed to be mirror pieces to each other. So, dark and white, sword up, sword down.
Yeah.
So I've got my two displayed facing each other.
Oh, nice.
I think that looks cool.
And then the Boromir holding the ring. Richard and I talked a little bit about that earlier, that being just such a cool moment for that character as he's psychologically,
I think it's sort of
balancing on the edge.
Yeah, I think this kind of sums Aragorn up. Like, Boromir.
Boromir.
Boromir. I really like Boromir, and I think he gets a bit of a hard time because it's easy to remember that, he got tempted by the ring, and it's easy to remember he was the grumpy guy, but I'm always like, no, I'm a defender of Boromir.
He's a hero, guys.
He is a hero.
Boromir
he's the greatest of men.
Hero.
And there's really good reasons for all of his behavior. We all know. And we thought with this one, this one shows the moment when, he was tempted, but he ultimately gives the ring back to Frodo. So this is like the test of him.
Yeah. And the likeness to Sean Bean is really good in this one, man. I feel like.
This is a guy called Jason. He's obsessed with likeness sculpture. Yeah. He's a digital sculptor. I think he just smashed it out of the park, It's so great.
Now, we're gonna, as we're walking to our next section here, where we're gonna pivot from Lord of the Rings a little bit to talk about something that Jules and I like to nerd out about as well.
Yeah.
But what's it been like for you guys being back here at Comic-Con with a booth?
Oh, man,
you've had a presence. You guys have been. We've obviously hung out at the last couple. And you had a statue at Jerry's booth a year or two ago. But now you have your own space again. What's that been like for you?
I can't actually put it into words. Like, Comic-Con means so much to us. Like, this place, I really believe, and I'm sure I speak for the whole team, like, this place is like the beating heart of pop culture, man. Like, it's so intense, and the love and the passion and the creativity on display, like, the air is just thick with it.
Yeah.
To be back with a booth is unbelievable, you know? Like, it feels so good, and then people are just constantly coming up to us, telling us how they've missed us, and like, it's not Comic-Con without Wētā, and it's super humbling, but really, really great, people seem to want us here, and we certainly want to be here. I mean, I think Comic-Con is it's my favorite time of the year. Like, I'm lucky enough I get to come here a bit. I think it's a magical bloody place, man. Like, I love it. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. Well, what else is a lot of fun here? We'll circle around here.
Okay.
Let the cameras circle around. So, Warhammer.
Yeah.
That's another fun thing that you especially have a much longer. I've only recently gotten into Warhammer and kind of the lore behind it and everything. Started reading some of the books. But you guys,
slope,
oh my gosh, dude, you should see my Audible list, and it just keeps growing. It's all Tolkien stuff, but then the Warhammer stuff, it keeps piling up.
That's how it starts, man. With Warhammer, you go, oh, what's this? I'll just do this, and then before you know it, you've got like 3 armies, 10 books.
Yeah. So obviously, Lieutenant Titus, he's been out for a while.
Yep.
But you guys have expanded since then. I think you were working on Celestina when I was down there visiting, actually.
Quite
I think
possibly,
that was one.
Yep. We've got Abaddon the Despoiler, Saint Celestine, Lieutenant Titus, and our latest one is our first Age of Sigmar model, is Skragrott the Loon King, who's head of the Gits, the goblins of the Warhammer universe.
Abaddon has popped up in the books that I've read, and like already I'm like, oh, this guy. Yeah, this guy's trouble.
He's the big bad. Yeah, in many ways, he's the guy. He's a very integral character to the lore and the mythos of 40K.
Yeah.
He's probably it sort of changes over the years, but at the moment, and sorry, Lord of the Rings fans, but out of the projects I've worked on over the last 3 or 4 years, this one is the one personally I'm most proud of.
Wow.
I think it's really, really great. I think it turned out really well.
Yeah. It looks incredible.
Yeah, I'm quite passionate about Warhammer.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's how you kind of got started into painting and stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like when I was 10, like I was painting models, and then I didn't know there was fantasy gaming. I didn't know that existed. And I remember it so clearly going to school one day, and this guy, Michael, had a skeleton army.
Yeah.
And I just flipped out, man. Like, what? What is that? It was a whole new world for me. And then that led me to where I am now.
Yeah.
And so many people at the workshop, you just hear it all the time. It started with Warhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And now it's kind of like a full circle moment.
It sort of is, man. Yeah.
Making these huge ones. You know, so eventually, like, do you think you'll make enough of these big ones that someone could have like a giant battle?
Oh my God!
Could you imagine? Can you imagine if you did that here at Comic-Con and just had this giant, like, you're gonna? Oh my
God! You'd need a big booth, but that'd be great,
right? Oh my gosh! I think we just came up with $1 million idea.
What we do, man.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh man! So that's an incredible, and it's something that I've heard from a few folks there at Wētā that like they got their start painting Warhammer miniatures.
Warhammer's just so deeply entrenched in the creative community, or the one that I sort of hang out with anyway. So for us, it is like you said earlier, like a full circle thing.
Yeah.
And we'd like it. It's just crazy. Like when we go to work and we get to work on Middle Earth and Warhammer.
Yeah.
It's like what? Like
what is my life right
what's
now?
happening? So that's we feel very, very blessed to do it.
Yeah. And you still paint miniatures today?
Yeah, like, every day, man.
Yeah.
Oh, like when my life allows. But if
even working on working on sculptures and everything at the workshop, when you go home, like it's still zen for you to work on it.
If I've got spare time, like this sounds crazy in the industry I work in. I don't really watch TV or movies. I paint Warhammer or models. It's not all Warhammer, but if I've got spare time, I'll paint. Like if I'm at home, I get to do it with beer, so it's a little more relaxed than it is at work.
Yeah.
But I'm obsessed with it, man. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to. Have you guys announced any future ones that you're doing in this line?
Not yet. There is more. And the only reason for that is we tend to keep the Warhammer community has a lot of their own conventions.
Yes.
So we tend to keep those reveals to their convention.
Right.
That's just where the people are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so Comic-Con we keep for obviously Middle Earth and everything else. Warhammer, they have such an established convention community that we don't need to use Comic-Con for that.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
and it gives space to Middle Earth. So it works out really well.
And Laura Croft, you guys did a Laura Croft reveal.
Yeah, man. Still going with
Snoopy reveal.
Snoopy was the best, man.
Yeah, you had the mascot here and everything. They had the Snoopy mascot here for the reveal.
It was super surreal, man. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Jules, for giving us a quick tour of the booth here.
Of course, man. Of course.
If you guys are here at Comic-Con, definitely make sure to stop by. Jules has been hanging out here. We talked with Richard Taylor earlier. They've got some of the other artists here. Like, just an incredible group of people. Always an absolute pleasure. It's an absolute treat to be able to interact with you guys here at Wētā. And if you have the chance, do yourself a favor, come down, check out the Wētā booth here at Comic-Con.
All right. Thank you.